trading will solve all your problems. Oh, the shit. Battery is dying. Rookie mistake. As life goes, we experience major speed bumps. I'm at one of those right now. And again, I'm obsessed with trading. However, this time, I will be sharing the experience in my own version of motion picture, journey, odyssey if you will, via YouTube. The theme of the channel is that in trading, we must focus in the process because that's what everyone is saying and the books and everyone who's good at it. Allow me to elaborate using plants. With the holy equation of photosynthesis where plants create their own food, we have reactants and products. If we convert that in the whole trading scenario, the reactants represents the trading market and tons of analytical information. Then we have the products. They can represent the infinite cash, the muscle cars, Mustangs and Camaros for me, and holiday every day. By the way, happy holidays, hence the get up. Yeah? Okay, but let's come back down to earth. Those are really nothing without the conversion process. Am I not right? Which is the process in itself that I said in the beginning of the video. The conversion process where thou and I make shit happen and develop a solid mental fortitude. After all that talk, allow me to introduce myself. A little bit of background to this point. You can refer to me as Ange because Angeli is too inefficient. I am a healthcare worker in the UK and I've been qualified for 5 years. Damn, I feel old. My original trading experience dates back from 2018. I was injured from a football tackle, landed on my shoulder. I was jobless for 2 weeks, and that was the first time ever in my whole life that I had to worry about financial matters. More importantly, how can I sustain Cookie's lifestyle? And I turned to trading to solve all my problems. No, really, I also took over most of the financial matters for the household at the time. Great timing, right? Then I suddenly remembered all about the Wolf of Wall Street, which requires no further explanation. I literally just googled trading. In my head at the time, it was broken down into 2 components: how the market works and patterns. The main idea that I got was that I had to ride the pattern like riding waves when you surf. After 30 minutes of that, I found myself the cheapest broker that I could find at the time, trading 212. Put my money in, 200 pounds of them, and traded. Here's my statement from my 7-day experience trading back in 2018. I was quite lucky I didn't lose all of my capital because the way I was thinking about it, bloody clueless. I was also mainly trading oil and gold because, you know, the price movement to me was an exciting wave. You know, large, or the word now is volatile. Eventually, the shoulder healed. I swore never to get injured again. I went back to work and I was a happy bunny. That was the end of that brief, wild ride. Now fast forward to now. I got into another speed bump. I got this stomach condition that makes me become curled up into a ball that renders me practically useless with screaming and tears on the side. I have been jobless for 7 weeks now. The whole scenario repeated itself, but I still need to sustain Agnes's and Gandalf's lifestyle. Instead of sulking and having panic attacks and screaming and crying, although that's unavoidable, I turned to trading again to solve all my problems. That's probably why you're here too, because you think trading will solve all your problems. Like if you somehow agree, even the tiniest bit. On a serious note, the only difference is that now I'm really studying about it seriously and properly. As much as I hated books, I read books, I bought books, I googled the shit out of trading for more than half an hour. Unbeknownst to me, YouTube provided learning material. I sound like a dinosaur when I say that, but in my line of work, I don't have time for social media. After reading and binging, my findings showed a recurring theme about mindset, finding a mentor, taking a program, joining a trading community, investing in yourself. Of course, there's content about the Ferraris and Lamborghinis, but those are just clickbaits. It is inappropriate to my level right now. What I was really looking for was content representing realistic growth. If I was lucky, maybe there's a creator out there who's as nuts as me, trying to juggle life, healthcare, and trading. Like, I can for sure learn all the patterns and, you know, we can all look at the pattern and know it's a pattern. But the thing where we actually apply that in real life, especially in my line of work, how was I going to do that? And I found creators who showed, absolute transparency and honesty regarding the downloads, but they only really shared about 30% of my circumstances. Most started as students or someone with a 9 to 5, and they can use their phones and laptops and they can escape at any time. I work in surgery, and my shifts or my working hours are as well as the price action of oil and gold itself. But hey, their content were amazing, and hearing their experiences is a way better thing to do than enter a trade after a half-hour Google search. So I finally invested in a trading program to make me learn, or to help me learn, to show me the ways. In the making of this video, I'm 7 weeks into the program, and I am learning a tons and tons of information, and it's giving me minor heart attacks and mini strokes. Having said all that negativity, let me be another person to say to you that it is highly possible as long as we can establish a sustainable process. I can hands down say it is possible. And from here on out, I'm going to share any key processes that I encounter. Like, I want to show you it is possible to do well in the industry of trading. Because hey, I am a complete cook, a beginner, a noob. The only difference is that I'm sharing my struggles very early on, so that when I make mistakes early on, I can share that and you can pick it up, so you don't have to make it. Your learning process and development and growth will then be, in my head, significantly faster. Remember the conversion process, okay? Yes, you remember, because that is what we need to focus on, don't you think? Allow me to drill that at least into your brain, because at this stage, I'm not adequate enough to tell you about brokers and which strategies and all of that, because I'm still checking those out. I can't possibly recommend something that I haven't checked out thoroughly. Like, cut me some slack. I'm 7 weeks old. Let me also process this thing and I'll just update you, okay? But hey, how you don't have to listen. You can just struggle in your own time. I am really just a nobody. You probably didn't even get to this part of the video. On top of that, I am a master procrastinator. The video creating side of things is my way to procrastinate, but the real reason is that it's a way for me to reinforce the wayfinding of trading deep within I and maybe the household also have dormant video making tools, and I with these random skills just sitting there. So why not? Who knows if my message will reach anyone? But hey, if you somehow stumbled upon this content and my future contents, I hope it's somehow valuable, because real talk, time is the product I yearn for the most in the whole trading scenario, and if I can, I want to preserve yours too. Like, I already have a job, I can earn the money, but time, I want to have as much of that as I can. Trading, I feel, will give me more time to do shit that I want. No, seriously. If you're interested to see where this cook weirdo ends up, check out my wayfinding of trading. Write down in the comments if you have any questions. Feel free to DM me at the 50 Synthesis Theory. Thank you. My family is still sleeping.